What is going on, everyone? My name is Juan and welcome back to another All-in-JUAN video. Today Halo Infinite was featured at E3 and I'm going to be going over 10 reveals from the multiplayer trailer. Just a disclaimer, I know a few content creators may have already done similar videos, but I have not watched any at this point. I've only watched the multiplayer trailer many times at this point and frame by frame, and read the 343 blog post, which you can actually watch me do a read through by clicking on the pop-up card that comes up right about now. But other than that, let's get started off with number 10, Weapon Placeholder Holograms. Towards the beginning of the trailer, when this Spartan picked up the VK-78 Commando, it switches to another shot where you can see a hologram placeholder for where that weapon was. If I remember correctly, in Halo 5, this was only done for power weapons such as the rocket launcher or the sniper rifle. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, as it has been a while since I played Halo 5. But this makes me believe that this will be done for most common weapons like an AR or a BR. Number 9. The return of the Prowler. It makes a lot of sense that the Prowler would return since the Banished are led by brutes. And it looks like it'll be just as fun to splatter people with as I remember. Number 8. Graffiti Sprays? This is purely speculation, but I couldn't help but notice this giant graffitied Master Chief in this shot. And it makes me wonder if this is something a player put up. So in other words, will Halo Infinite have a graffiti spray type feature like Fortnite's? I know the idea of Halo borrowing anything from Fortnite may turn off a lot of people, but for me, this seems like harmless fun. And I could totally be wrong about everything I just said, but you have to admit, it is an interesting thought. Number 7. New skull model. This is from the same shot, but look at that flaming skull. I assume this is the skull that will be used for game types like Oddball, and from the few shots of it, it looks like a one-hit beatdown. But I'm sure that's a setting that can be adjusted. I feel like we didn't see too much of this skull model, but because it seems to have been emphasized in the trailer, that could potentially mean a new game type. We'll just have to wait and see. Number 6. Sprinting with the flag. As you can see in this shot, the Spartan was able to pick up the flag and still sprint with it. I know sprint is such a divisive topic among Halo players, but seeing the rest of the sprinting shots, it doesn't look substantially faster than base speed movement. I almost forgot the Spartans were sprinting because it looked natural and like it fit in. I know some people will still disagree with that and will never want sprint, but it does look like it's here to stay and can be done while holding a flag. Number 5. Weapon Nading. I can't remember if this was in the later Halos, but I know in classic Halo, specifically Halo CE, weapon nading was not only a capability, but was also implemented strategically. It was a skill to be learned. And in this shot, you can see a Spartan, well dressed in samurai-like armor might I add, grenade an energy sword towards himself. I'm very happy to see this return, as it will allow for advanced strategies of obtaining and controlling power weapons. Number 4. Vehicle Ordinance drops. In this shot of the trailer, we see a Pelican dropping off a Banshee and a voice saying, "Ordnance drop inbound." Probably a feature in Big Team Battle. This could either mean you can specifically call in a vehicle, much like Ordnance drops in Halo 4, or it could just be on a timer where every few minutes a Pelican will fly in with a fresh vehicle. Not quite sure if this is something that will be controllable, or just a new feature instead of vehicles spawning out of nowhere. Number 3. Personal AI. This reveal was hard to miss, as the friendly voice of a Personal AI greeted the Spartan by saying, "Hello, let's do some damage." According to the 343 blog post, that helpful and humorous voice you hear in the trailer, it's one example of the new Personal AI that you'll be able to equip during multiplayer matches. They also help capture objectives. I wonder to what extent those Personal AIs will play a role in gameplay and how personalized you can make them. Number 2. The Threat Sensor. I know my first time viewing the trailer I completely missed this, but there is a small clip of a new piece of equipment called the Threat Sensor being used. According to 343, the Threat Sensor is an area of effect support device that periodically pulses and illuminates enemy players within its radius. This reminds me a lot of the Promethean vision from Halo 4, but it's different in the way that it only covers a certain radius and it's a piece of equipment as opposed to like a loadout ability. I imagine it only has a one-time use, but I could be wrong about that. So while I missed this equipment the first time around, it's hard to miss the second equipment featured in this trailer. Number 1. The Repulsor. It was super epic seeing someone's plasma pistol EMP charge get reflected right back into them. The Repulsor, quote, can be used to deflect projectiles and anything else that gets in the way, unquote. I am super excited to see what else gets in the way when I finally pick up this piece of equipment. And that is going to do it. Did I miss anything? What did you particularly like about the trailer? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you again so much for watching, and until next time, go all